matatapos ba tong hematobium? Ito, nakita niyo tong figure na to? Anyway, I'm going to start with the foodborne trematodes, no? I-record ko rin yung session for today.
Good afternoon po, ma'am. As per
Yes, good
checking po,
afternoon.
tapos na po sa schistosoma hematuria po, yung last po.
Okay, thank you. Machi-check nyo ba kung nagre-record? Ayun, okay. So today we're going to talk about the rest of the medically important trematodes, no? And these are actually all foodborne. Sadali, share ko lang yung PowerPoint. Okay, so these foodborne trematodes, they also belong under Digenea. Okay, so they also exhibit two types of reproduction, no? Yung sexual reproduction, in particular fragmentation, is observed in the intermediate hosts, while sexual reproduction obviously is exhibited by the adult form in the definitive hosts. Okay? So yan, foodborne trematodes, they are considered as as one of the neglected tropical diseases, no? And about 750 million individuals are at risk from 93 countries. So this is less than half of all the countries worldwide. Okay, the prevalence varies among the different nations from 0.66 to 88.7%, and most of these cases are actually reported here in Southeast Asia. So there are about 70 medically important species. So ibig sabihin, all of these are infectious to humans na itong 70 species na to, divided into 14 families. So as mentioned earlier, majority of these FBTs are observed here in Southeast Asia. Okay, so these are highly zoonotic diseases, and in fact they utilize two intermediate hosts. So the primary intermediate hosts usually are snails, while yung secondary intermediate hosts vary. So like for example, in the case of Fasciolopsis, in the case of Fasciola, the secondary intermediate hosts are freshwater vegetables. In the case of Echinostoma, the secondary intermediate hosts are snails. No, sa Paragonimus naman, crabs. For Heterophyes, Clonorchis, and Opistorchis, the secondary IH are different species of fish, no? Parehong sa freshwater and marine. Okay, so again, no, all of these medically important trematodes, they belong to Digenea. Okay, divided into two superorders, 3 orders, and 5 families. So here in the Philippines, we have Echinostoma ilocanum, as the name implies, no, Ilocos, kasi the first reported cases were from Ilocano prisoners, no? And then Gigantica, Fasciola gigantica and hepatica are also present here in the Philippines. When it comes to Paragonimus, yung Westermani naman, no, is present here. Opistorchis actually is not present in the Philippines, no, and also Clonorchis. Pero ang Clonorchis kasi present siya in other Southeast Asian countries, and except for the parasite, all the components of the life cycle are present here. So kailangan natin pag-usapan din yan. Tsaka ang lapit lang kasi talaga sa Thailand, no, sa mga neighboring countries natin. Now, when it comes to Opistorchis, Pelineus is endemic in Europe. Here in Southeast Asia, we have Viverini. Okay? And then Heterophyes is present here in the Philippines. So basically, ito yung pag-uusapan natin. Ito ang mga representatives na to, no? Oh, sorry. Fasciolopsis is also present here in the Philippines. So ito yung general life cycle actually of the foodborne trematodes, no? So the infective stage for the definitive host is the Metacercaria. Obviously, foodborne to, so mode of transmission is through ingestion. Okay, for Fasciolopsis, Echinostoma and Heterophyes, the final habitat is in the duodenum, in the small intestine. For Clonorchis, Opistorchis, and Fasciola, the final habitat is in the liver or in the bile duct, no? Depending on the species. Ang Paragonimus naman, final habitat is in the lungs, obviously kasi lung look nga siya, di ba? And then, the eggs are the diagnostic stages, no? So may mga different diagnostic features yan that you have to take note. The infective stage for the primary intermediate host varies depending on the species. So, pwedeng Miracidium, yung infective stage for the primary IH, pwede ring egg. Okay? Then, inside the snail host, again, since Digeneans yan, they will undergo fragmentation or asexual reproduction. So, pwedeng yung egg will hatch into a miracidium, then yung miracidium will become the sporocyst. Tapos pwede, depending on the species as well, no, merong sporocyst 1, sporocyst 2, and then this time may rhadia na. Diba sa schisto walang rhadia. Ang schisto, sporocyst 1, sporocyst 2, sarcaria. Depending on the species this time, pwedeng sporocyst, rhadia 1, rhadia 2, and then sarcaria. Or pwedeng sporocyst, rhadia, and then sarcaria. So, yung sarcaria definitely is the infective stage for the secondary IH. And then, as mentioned earlier, depending on the species, the secondary intermediate host will vary. Okay? Yung sarcaria will exist inside the secondary IH, forming the metacercaria, and again, the metacercaria is the infective stage for the definitive host. So, yun yung general life cycle niya. Okay. First group natin will be the intestinal flukes, no? So, this is represented by Fasciolopsis busci, Echinostoma ilocanum, and Heterophyes, no? So, Fasciolopsis busci is obtained from ingesting imperfectly washed or imperfectly cooked freshwater vegetables. Echinostoma is obtained by consuming imperfectly cooked snails. And yung Heterophyes naman is from eating raw or imperfectly cooked fish. So, yun. So, about 40 to 50 million individuals are infected by intestinal flukes worldwide. So, yan. So, first representative natin is Fasciolopsis busci. The common name is giant intestinal fluke. No? And the disease is called fasciolosis or fasciolopsiasis. So, look at the area of endemicity. There's actually there are both endemic in, Fasciolopsis and Fasciola are both endemic in many countries, no? Particularly here in Southeast Asia, in East Asia, as well as in South Asia. So yon, South Asia, East Asia, Far East, no? And then here in Southeast Asia. So this is the distribution for Fasciolopsis buski. Okay, so again, this parasite is endemic here in the Far East, no? In East Asia, in Southeast Asia, including the Philippines, and in South Asia. And again, no, meron silang coexistence with Fasciola. And in fact, the two species, they look comparable. They belong to family Fasciolidae kasi. So when you diagnose, no, using the stool, you cannot identify up to the species level. Kasi pagkamukha yung egg ng buski, ng Fasciolopsis at ng Fasciola. So ilalagay nyo lang Fasciolid egg. No? Kasi they both belong to family Fasciolidae. Kaya ay ganun. Malino ba yun, guys? Pag nag-diagnose kayo using stool, hindi pwedeng i-identify up to the species level. Actually, kahit sa genus level, hindi nyo ma-identify yan. Family level. Fasciolid egg, okay? Okay, so ito yung morphology ng eggs, no? Actually, yung Echinostoma, kamukha niya rin yung eggs ng Fasciolopsis and Fasciola. Kaya lang, medyo mas maliit lang siya. So, yan. Look at the eggs of Fasciola and Fasciolopsis. Magkamukha. Even the size. The size is also comparable. Okay? So, as you can see, there is an operculum. No? So, yung mga foodborne, actually, sa lahat ng foodborne trematodes, operculated na yung egg nila. So, yan. Unlike in schisto, diba? Sa schisto, non-operculated. Okay, so this is the adult worm. Obviously, it is a hermaphrodite, no? So, the testes, as you can see here, are in tandem. And the testes are dendritic. The characteristic of the testes actually can be used in identifying the species. So when we say in tandem, one on top of the other. Ayan o. Okay? And then yung testes then, as you can see, highly dendritic. What else? Look at the size. Kaya siya giant intestinal fluke. Mga 7.5 cm. No? Mga almost 3 inches in length. Mga 2 to 3 inches in length. Okay? And then, this is the oral sucker. The oral sucker is much smaller than the acetabulum or the ventral sucker. Ito yung kanyang acetabulum. No? Look at the comparison between the two suckers. Di hamak na malaki itong oral sucker. No? Also, there is no cephalic cone, so no shoulders. Kasi nga kamukha niya ang Fasciola. Ang Fasciola merong shoulders, merong cephalic cone. And then another point of difference, no? Yung kanyang seka. Pagka Fasciolopsis, ito yung seka, unbranched. Ayan, Unlike in Fasciola, highly branched ang seka ng Fasciola. So, yon. Okay, so another view of the adult Fasciolopsis buski, no? Again, hermaphrodite. So, present yung testes and ovary in a single individual. Okay? Itong Melis gland, nagpo-produce siya ng mucus which will direct the eggs towards the opening of the uterus. So, yan. Take note of the huge acetabulum, no, in comparison with the oral sucker. Okay, ito yung itsura niya. Again, take note of the huge acetabulum, and then this is the oral sucker. So, paano naman yung life cycle nito? So, as mentioned earlier, di ba, foodborne yan. So, MOT is through ingestion of raw or imperfectly washed freshwater vegetables. Yun ang secondary intermediate host niya eh. The infective stage for the definitive host is the Metasarcaria. Okay? And then pigs, they serve as reservoir host. Actually, yung mga mga herbivores and omnivores. Now, they serve as reservoir hosts. So, pigs, what else? Dogs as well, no? Pati rabbits. Yan yung mga reservoir hosts for Phaseolopsis. Okay? So, upon ingestion, the Metacercaria will exist in the duodenum. Final habitat is in the small intestine, kaya ang intestinal fluke yan. And then, the eggs are voided with the stool. Hatching will occur in water. No? So, yung egg will hatch, releasing the miracidium. Yung miracidium is ciliated, no? So free swimming yan. Upon hatching, it will look for a suitable primary IH. Ang primary intermediate host niya belong to 3 genera of snails: Segmentina, Hepiotis, and Gyraulus. Okay, so mode of transmission is through integument penetration. Inside, the miracidium will divide, forming the sporocyst, then radia, and then sarcaria. So, panay isang generation lang yan. Sporocyst, radia, sarcaria. Sarcaria is the infective stage for the secondary IH. No? So, it will exit the primary IH and then it will look for a suitable secondary IH. So, ito yung ating primary IH, no? Segmentina, Hepiotis, and Gyraulus. And then, again, as mentioned earlier, ang secondary IH niyan, water vegetables. Like this one, no? Water chestnut, Trapa bicornis. Ito kasing Trapa, delicacy yan in many Southeast Asian countries. No? Sa Thailand, sa Vietnam. Ayan, kinakain siya ng, parang siyang parang singkamas, no? Ganyan. Aside from Trapa, may iba pang aquatic vegetables that can serve as secondary IH. Here in the Philippines, we have water spinach. Yung kangkong, yun ang ating secondary IH here, no? Diba, hindi naman kasi niluluto ang kangkong binablanch lang yan So, minsan, hindi enough para patayin yung Metacercaria. Ito yung sa water chestnut, yung Trapa bicornis, and then Nelumbo. Ito meron din dito sa Philippines, no? Nakakita na ako sa market nito, Indian lotus. And then watercress as well can serve as a secondary intermediate host, no? So, ayan, yung Trapa. Water chestnut, ayan, no? Sa Thailand, ayan. Binibenta pa nga siya sa mga supermarkets, no? Ito yung sa atin. Ipomea aquatica, kangkong. Ito yung Nelumbo, no? Yung sa lotus. And then yung watercress, Roripa. So yan, paano ang pathology, 'di ba? Ang laki nung ang laki nung worm, 'di ba? Nakita niyo naman malaki yung kanyang acetabulum. So pwedeng magkaroon ng ulceration at the site of attachment, no? Meron ding diarrhea, hunger pains. Kasi yung diarrhea, ang ginagawa, nagiging inflamed yung lining of the small intestine, no? Nai-irritate dun sa presence ng worm. And yun, pati yung yung sa pag-attach ng sucker dun sa mucosal layer. And then, dun sa mga tao na heavily infected, ayan, merong obstruction of the bowel. Okay? And then, pwede rin siya mag-cause ng death due to intestinal intoxication. So, when we say intestinal intoxication, combination yan ng vomiting, what else? Ng diarrhea and nausea. Okay. Diagnosis is through stool examination. WHO recommends Kato cuts kasi you can quantify the eggs using Kato cuts. Pero kung gusto nyo ng high sensitivity, you use FECT. Treatment of choice is still praziquantel. Again, sa lahat naman ng platyhelminths, praziquantel yan. Okay, paano ang CNP? Ayan, snail control to cut the transmission. What else? You promote environmental sanitation, surveillance and treatment of cases, educate the high-risk group, no? Educate the community, and ito, avoid eating raw or imperfectly cooked IH. Pero ito pinakamahirap kasi mahirap i-influence yung eating habits, no? Yung dietary habits ng isang community. So, siguro dapat sa education, no? Kailangan intensified yung educational campaign. Okay, ito yung mga selected cases lang. Like for example, this one, Oh, sige. You criticize the paper. Anong mali dyan? Look at the title, guys. Criticize the paper. Part yan ng research nyo, di ba? Tignan nyo yung title, may mali.
Infestation pero nakalagay
Very good.
dapat infection.
Very good. O, di ba? Published siya sa respected journal. Ayan, gastroenterology. Pero hindi ito nakita ng mga editors. Ang infestation, kailan natin ginagamit?
Pag-ectoparasite.
Very good. Pag-ectoparasite lang. Internal yan, obviously. Endoparasite yan sa dapat infection. Okay? So, 35-year-old male immigrant from Vietnam to Taiwan. So, yung diagnosis was performed in Taiwan. Pero yung infection was acquired from Vietnam. So, itong patient na to kasi, he was experiencing postprandial nausea for 2 months. Yung parang may nasusuka siya after a meal, no? So, ganon. Tapos, nung nagpatingin, ang dietary history, ayan, ingestion of uncooked vegetables. Tapos, nung nag-undergo siya ng endoscopy, ito yung nakita sa kanya. Na flesh-colored worm that is attached to the mucosa. So, ginabot naman siya with praziquantel. Tapos, yun, nag-recover naman yung patient, no, without any complications. Madaling gamutin yung mga foodborne trematodes provided na hindi pa chronic yung infection. Kasi ang Clonorchis, pag naging chronic, pwedeng mag-cause ng cancer. No? Pero ito, isang dosage lang, di ba, na-excise niya na yung worm. So, ganun. What else? Ito naman, itong pasyente na to, 45-year-old female, no? So, originally, she was diagnosed with appendicitis. So, ginagamot siya for appendicitis, binibigyan siya ng anti-inflammatory medications, hindi gumagaling. So, nag-undergo siya ng endoscopy, tapos nakita dun sa orifice opening ng appendix, merong 2 worms. So, syempre, tinanggal yung worms na yan. Ito na yung itsura, no? Naging inflamed yung kanyang appendix. So, yan. Ito naman, yung bata, no? Originally from Nepal, pero meron siyang history of travel in India. So, itong bata, originally, 14-month-old female child, no? Ang original diagnosis, UTI. So, ginagamot siya ng antibiotics, hindi gumagaling yung UTI. Tapos, yung doctor niya, so, inalam yung travel history, tapos na-report nga na nag-consume siya ng untreated water from a pond in India. So, without diagnosis, the doctor prescribed praziquantel. And then after 12 hours, the patient vomited 4 worms. So, ganon. Hindi niya na diniagnose, inalam niya na lang based dun sa history. Walang fecalysis, ganyan. Based lang sa medical history, binigyan niya ng praziquantel. And then, ayun, gumaling naman yung bata, no? Ito, heavily infected. Nakita nyo, nagkaroon ng peritonitis. Kasi di ba nakita nyo, ang laki ng worm. Kaya niyang butasin talaga yung intestine. No, ang laki ng suckers niya eh. So ito, nabutas niya na talaga yung intestine. In fact, naka-spill out yung worm sa abdominal cavity. No? Ng 22-year-old female from India. So may history siya of consuming freshwater vegetables. Ang diagnosis sa kanya, peritonitis. Tapos nakita ito yung mga flukes, no? Nagpo-float dun sa surrounding, basically sa abdominal cavity. Nagpo-float yung itong mga flukes na to. Kasi perforated na yung kanyang colon, no? Na butas na yung kanyang intestine. So, yan. Okay. Ang next parasite natin is Echinostoma illocanum. Again, bakit illocanum? The first cases were reported from prisoners in Manila. Pero mga Ilocano prisoners in Manila. That's the name, Echinostoma elocanum. This was way back in 1907. Okay? Ito na yung latest na nakita ko when it comes to epidemiology. Look at the distribution. So, sa India, well, basically South Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia. And dito sa Philippines, in Ilocos region, prevalence is from 7 to 17%. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, di ba, parang patchy yung distribution. Ano yan, katulad doon sa Capillaria. Kasi ang kanyang reservoir hosts are migratory birds. Yan, kaya medyo patchy yung distribution. Okay? So ito yung distribution of the different species of Echinostoma. So here in the Philippines now we have, again, Echinostoma elocanum. This was the distribution in 2019. Yung egg niya, kamukha ng Phaseola at Phaseolopsis. Mas maliit lang. Okay? So, ganun din, straw-colored, oval, meron ding operculum. Actually, under the scanner, visible natin. Kahit sa scanner lang, kita nyo na agad. Okay, ano naman yung unique, no? Yung kanyang diagnostic feature. Ito, ang Echinostoma merong collar of spines surrounding the oral sucker. Okay, so ayan, collar of spines. And then yung kanyang testes, paired and lobed. In tandem din, na one above the other. In tandem and lobed. So again, pinapakita lang yung collar of spines surrounding the oral sucker. So this is the oral sucker. This is the ventral sucker. And then the testes. Okay. Paano life cycle nito? Ang life cycle niya actually comparable with Phaseolopsis. Palitan nyo lang yung intermediate host. Primary intermediate host for Phaseolopsis is Segmentina, Hipiotis, and Gauralius. For Echinostoma, wala lang Segmentina. No? And then, when it comes to the secondary IH, kanina, di ba, freshwater vegetables. For Echinostoma, the secondary IH are species of snails. Okay, so Pila conica, ito yung kuhol, no, yung parang yung ginataang kuhol. Yan, Pila conica, yung Viviparus javanicus, very small species lang ito. Hindi edible itong Viviparus javanicus. So again, ito yung kuhol, no, Pila conica. So ganyan, pagka kumain ka ng imperfectly cooked, yan, doon mo makukuha yung infection. And then ito yung Viviparus javanicus, no. Again, maliliit na species lang to ng snails. Hindi naman siya edible. And then for the life cycle, MOT obviously is through ingestion. Tapos na-mention na natin kanina, di ba? Yung main reservoir hosts are species of migratory birds. And then dogs and rodents can also serve as reservoir hosts. Okay. So MOT is through ingestion of raw or perfectly cooked snail. Excistation of the metacercaria will occur in the small intestine. So again, ang infective stage for the definitive host is the metacercaria. Eggs are voided with the stool. Hatching will occur in water, releasing the miracidium. As you can see, the miracidium is highly ciliated. So this will look for a suitable primary IH. Inside the primary IH, Gauralius and Hipiotis, the miracidium will undergo fragmentation, forming sporocyst, Radia 1, Radia 2, and then Cercaria. So kanina, di ba, inside the snail host, sa Phaseolopsis, SRC lang. Pagdating sa Echinostoma, Sporocyst, Radia 1, Radia 2, and then Cercaria. So 2 generations of Radiae. Cercaria is the infective stage for the secondary IH. inside the Cercaria will insist forming the metacercaria. So, yun yung kanyang life cycle. Pathology, ayan. So, inflammatory lesions, intoxication as well, and diarrhea. Okay, last intestinal fluke natin is heterophytes. Okay, look at the distribution. So, this is endemic in East Asia, in the Middle East, in Southeast Europe, ayan, Egypt, Sudan, and there are also reported cases here in Southeast Asia. Okay, look at the distribution. Kasama tayo dito dapat actually. Merong heterophytes. I conducted a study way back in 2002. No? May nakuha akong heterophytes sa Bulacan. So, yun. Okay, what about the eggs? Ang eggs ng heterophytes actually, they look identical with, similar with the eggs of Clonorchis and Opistorchis. So you cannot identify up to the species level when it comes to these three species, no, or these three genera, Heterophyes, Clonorchis, and Opistorchis. Ang ilalagay nyo lang, heterophyid eggs. Okay, so anong unique sa kanya? Ayan, merong collar yung egg. This is the operculum. Okay, meron siyang collar near the operculum, and meron siyang posterior knob. This one. So, ito yung adult. Yung adult worm actually, sobrang liit niya. Kaya niyang mag-penetrate ng capillaries. And may mga cases na nakarating siya ng heart-causing myocarditis. Another thing that is unique about the adult heterophytes is the presence of the genital sucker. Diba, usually, pagka trematodes, 2 suckers lang. Ito, 3. So, meron siyang oral sucker, meron siyang acetabulum or ventral sucker, and then huge genital sucker. And then look at the testes. Now, the testes are paired and ovoid. They lie side by side. Kanina, di ba, in tandem, one above the other. Ito side by side. Okay, again, this is the oral sucker, this is the ventral sucker, and then this one, itong pinakamalaking sucker, this is the genital sucker. Okay? Again, oral sucker, ventral sucker, and then yung kanyang genital sucker. Take note of the paired and ovoid testes. No? They lie side by side. And then this is the vitellaria. Okay, these are the different stages, no? So, adult worm, this one, ito yung egg niya, medyo mataba. Look at the posterior knob. Okay, tapos ito yung collar din. This is the operculum. Ito yung metacercaria, no? In the secondary IH. Okay, paano ang life cycle nito? So, mode of transmission is by ingesting raw or imperfectly cooked fish. Fish serve as the secondary IH. The infective stage is still the metacercaria. Okay? And reservoir hosts are fish-eating mammals. So, canines, felines, rodents, and tyrants as well, no? Excistation of the metacercaria will occur inside the small intestine. The eggs are voided with the stool. Now, for heterophyes, the eggs serve as the infective stage for the primary IH. Diba kanina panay miracidium yung infective stage? This time, yung eggs naman. Now, eggs again will serve as the infective stage for the primary intermediate host. Mode of transmission is through ingestion. So, pag kinain ng snail yung eggs ng heterophyes. Inside, the egg will hatch, releasing the miracidium, and then yung miracidium will undergo a sexual reproduction, forming sporocyst, Radia, and Cercaria. So, tigi-isang generation lang yon. Then, yung Cercaria will exit the integument of the primary IH to look for a suitable secondary IH. Okay? Cercaria is the infective stage for the secondary IH. So, yun. For the snail host, no, we have Pironella conica and Ceritidea cerulata. Ayan, pathology, ayan, na-mention ko na kanina, di ba, yung myocarditis caused by the migrating adult worm. And then, meron ding diarrhea yan. In fact, mucoid yung diarrhea. Pag may mucus yung diarrhea, ibig sabihin may inflammation. Okay, highly inflamed yung lining ng intestine. And pag yung eggs nakarating din sa brain, ayan, pwedeng mag-cause ng granuloma formation in the brain. Okay, ito yung mga reported human cases, no? Ito, 9-year-old non-vegetarian male. So, obviously, nakuha niya from consuming raw or imperfectly cooked fish from northern India. So, the patient was suffering from diarrhea and anorexia. Tapos, tignan niyo yung weight loss niya, about 12 kilograms. Tapos, nung nag-undergo siya ng endoscopy, ayun, nakita maraming flesh-colored worms inside the intestine. So, yan. Punta na tayo sa lung fluke Paragonimus westermani, no? Ang Paragonimus, bakit may picture ng lechon dito? Pigs serve as the paratenic host. Okay. So, pwede mong makuha yung Paragonimus by consuming raw or imperfectly cooked secondary IH. Ang secondary IH niya, crabs, no? Freshwater mountain crabs like Sunda telfusa and Varuna, both are present here in the Philippines. And also by consuming raw or imperfectly cooked pork. Kasi ang pigs, they serve as the paratenic host. So, yun. Okay, Paragonimus, look at the reservoir hosts, no? Canines, felines, and rodents. And paratenic host na mention na natin kanina, pigs nga, no? Swine or wild boars. Suscrofa chirodonta. This is the distribution. Kasama tayo, hindi lang tayo sinama doon sa picture, pero mataas ang cases actually here in the Philippines. And in fact, according to Dr. Belisario, before nung nagtitake ako ng helmintology sa kanya, 1/3 of TB cases in the Philippines were actually Paragonimayasis cases. So yun, kasi pareho siya ng signs and symptoms with tuberculosis eh. May hemoptysis, merong dyspnea, yan, merong coughing with blood, shortness of breath, parehong-pareho sa tuberculosis. Kaya pagka hindi masyadong maalam yung technician, no? Didadaya or yung doctor, ginagamot niya for TB, hindi gumagaling. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman bacteria yung causative agent. Worm, 'di ba? Trematode dapat yung ginagamot. Okay, this was the distribution in 2015. Ayan, kasama na tayo. Actually, mataas ang cases from Bicol, Region 5. And in certain provinces in Mindanao as well. I think Samar and Leyte kasama din. Ito yung distribution, no? So, worldwide distribution, ayan, 20.7 million individuals have the disease. 293 million are at risks, no? This was in 2020. Sa Philippines, ito yung mga reported endemic areas, no? The prevalence is from 0.5 to 12%. Sa Sorsogon, Samar, Leyte, Zamboanga del Norte. Sa Zamboanga, ayan, ang prevalence for Paragonimus is 6.7. For TB, 1.9. In fact, mas mataas yung prevalence ng Paragonimus, no, compared with tuberculosis. And meron pang co-infection between the two, 0.3%. May mga certain provinces here in the Philippines na mas mataas yung prevalence ng TB compared with Paragonimus. May mga certain provinces din, katulad itong Zamboanga, mas mataas yung prevalence ng Paragonimus instead of TB. And as mentioned earlier, yung iba nga, dinadiagnose as TB when in fact, Paragonimus talaga siya. Ito yung endemic foci in 1979. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo kasi tingnan nyo. Way back in 1979, present siya sa Manila. And even do sa neighboring province, no? Okay, paanong morphology? As in, kamukha niya yung butong pakwan. Kung nakakita na kayo, yung size niya, yung shape niya, ganun yung itsura. Okay? And then, bakit Paragonymous yung name? Pag sinabi kasi nating para, side by side. No? And then, yung gonymus here refers to the gonads. Kasi look at the testes. No? The testes, they lie side by side. Kaya Paragonymous. What about the eggs? Ayan. Ang diagnostic stage, obviously, is the egg. The diagnostic specimens are sputum and feces. Kasi lung fluke ito. So, obviously, ang hihingin mo sa pasyente, early morning sputum. As in, yung papadahakin mo siya na papahugutin mo ng malalim na malalim. No? Early morning sputum. Bakit naman feces din? Kasi, di ba, minsan, yung plema, hindi nilalabas, nilulunok. So, magkakaroon ng access yung eggs dun sa digestive tract. So, pwede rin gamitin yung stool as your diagnostic specimen. Now, when it comes to the eggs of Paragonymous, kamukha niya actually yung eggs ng Diphyllobothrium latum, yung fish tapeworm. Pero mas malaki lang siya. Saka ito yung unique sa kanya. Meron siyang abopercular thickening. This is the operculum. Opposite the operculum is the abopercular area. So, yan, no? Medyo thickened yung kanyang abopercular area.
Kasalanan ko ba kung hindi mo bakit tayo ba magka-process? At sakit man na, di grade 11, ganyan
You
man
have the oral sucker here, you have the sika here, ovary, this is the acetabulum, no? The uterus, yung testes nga, di ba? They lie side by side, tsaka yung excretory bladder. Again, look at the oral sucker, the acetabulum here. Okay, paano life cycle nito? MOT for the human host is by consuming raw or imperfectly cooked freshwater mountain crabs. No? Freshwater mountain crabs serve as the secondary IH, or by consuming raw or imperfectly cooked paratenic hosts. Pigs, again, serve as the paratenic hosts. So, upon ingestion, the metacercaria will exist in the duodenum, then it will penetrate the lining of the intestine and will migrate to the lungs. Final habitat is in the lungs. Okay, eggs are voided either with the sputum or with the feces. Hatching will occur in the environment, releasing the miracidium. Yung miracidium will look for a suitable primary IH. Primary IH belong to genus Brosia. Before, ang Brosia was called Antemelania. So, sa mga old books, baka magtaka kayo, hindi Brosia ang nakalagay. Antemelania. Pareho lang yun. Okay? Inside the primary IH, the miracidium will undergo a sexual reproduction forming sporocyst, radia, and cercaria. Then, yung cercaria will exit the snail host and will look for a suitable secondary IH. Ang secondary IH natin, ayan, no? Sudatel-Pusa and Varuna, both are present here in the Philippines. In fact, sa Searles B, kung makikita ninyo yung museum natin doon, may doon merong Veruna.
Paano ko hahatiin ang sarili ko?
Ayan. Yan yung kanyang intermediate IH. Kasi dito sa Southeast Asia, no, mataas ang prevalence ng Paragonymous. Kasi may actually hindi lang Southeast Asia, in East Asia as well. Kasi di ba may mga countries na nagko-consume ng raw crabs. Soy sauce marinated crabs. Dito sa atin yung kinilaw. Doon naman nakukuha. Tsaka, bakit sa Region 5? Yung laing kasi, diba, steamed lang yung laing eh. Minsan nilalagyan ng crab meat. So, pag medyo makapal yung laing, hindi masyadong luto yung gitna, pwedeng mag-survive yung metacercaria. Tsaka ito pa yung kinagang. Papakuluan lang for 5 minutes sa gata, no? Yung crab meat. So, hindi enough yung 5 minutes to kill the metacercaria. Pathology, di ba na-mention natin kanina, same with tuberculosis. Ayan, merong productive cough. Yung merong phlegma. Ayan, hemoptysis, coughing with blood, shortness of breath, etc., etc. Paano diagnosis? Yan, sputum exam. Again, early morning sputum. Okay, pwede ring stool exam and through x-ray as well. No? Treatment, na-mention na natin kanina, praziquantel, CNP kasi foodborne siya. Ayan, avoid eating raw or imperfectly cooked secondary IH and paratenic hosts. And then, again, promote health education, particularly among the high-risk population, high-risk community. Also, you promote environmental sanitation to cut the life cycle. Dapat meron ding constant monitoring of cases, monitoring and treatment of cases. Ayan, final group natin, liver flukes. So Fasciola, Hepatica gigantica, and Clonorchis and Opistorchis. Okay, first is Fasciola hepatica, common name is sheep liver fluke. Ito yung kanyang reservoir host, no? Although sheep liver fluke, pero hindi lang naman sheep yung susceptible sa
Sabi ko
kanya.
kay Dixie, pag umalis siya, ilak niya yung tignan mo, wala naman yung pusa.
This is the distribution. It is actually present in all habitable continents except Antarctica. So ayan, sa Philippines kasama tayo. This was the distribution in 2015. Pero meron pa rin dito. Pagpunta lang kayo ng mga abattoirs, ng mga slaughterhouses, meron yung sa mga liver. Ayan. Yung eggs niya, na-mention na natin, kamukha ng eggs ng Fasciolopsis. Again, pag nag-diagnose kayo using stool, ilalagay nyo lang fasciolid egg. Hindi niya madadiagnose up to the genus level. Okay. And then look at the adult worm. Diba, kamukha niya din yung Fasciolopsis. Pero this time, ayan meron siyang shoulders. May apical cone. And then look at the tika. Yung kanyang intestine branched. Yung testes niya similar with Fasciolopsis, in tandem and highly branched as well. Okay. Yung kanyang oral sucker is as big as the ventral sucker. Diba kanina sa Fasciolopsis, mas malaki yung yung acetabulum. Ito same size lang. Life cycle, similar with Fasciolopsis. Palitan nyo lang yung kanyang snail host. Ang snail host kasi ng Fasciolopsis, diba, segmentina, Hipiotis, tsaka Gairauius. Dito, pagka Fasciola, Limnaea. Tapos pareho na sila ng secondary IH and obviously habitat. Pagka Fasciolopsis, intestinal flukes, so sa intestine, ito liver flukes, so sa parenchyma of the liver. So, ayan. Pathology include, fever, hepatomegaly, abdominal pain in acute cases. Pag chronic case na, meron ng urticaria, pipe stem liver, nagkakaroon ng fibrosis dun sa affected area in the liver. So, since affected yung liver, pwede rin magkaroon ng jaundice. Ito yung merong pipe stem liver, no? May calcification kasi, fibrosis formation dun sa veins. Veins draining the liver. Ito yung mga dito nakadistribute yung eggs as well as the adult worms, no? Itong mga affected area na to. Ayan, meron pa sa ibang countries naman, may condition na tinatawag na Halzon. General itong term na to, no? Different pathogenic agents lang siya. Okay? Ano yung Halzon? Parang nagkakaroon ng inflammation of the pharynx. Ang cause niya kasi is ingestion of raw liver. So may mga communities, may mga countries na nagko-consume kasi ng raw liver. So syempre pag nandun yung worm, nandun yung Fasciola, pwedeng yung Fasciola kumabit dun sa may pharynx. So yun yung Halzon, no? Ayan. And then, when it comes to Fasciola, di ba rin yan highly erratic, tsaka nakita nyo malaki yung mga suckers niya. So, pwede rin siyang mag-migrate in other areas like the peritoneal cavity, intestinal wall, lungs, and subcutaneous tissue. Ito yung sa Halzon. Again, yung Halzon, general name yan for the disease. Maraming causative agents. Now, fasciola is just one of the causative agents. Okay, so ano to? Ectopic human fasciola hepatica infection by an adult woman in the mesocolon. So itong pasyente na to, nagtitik kasi siya ng lotus leaf powder. Remember, anong life cycle nito? Similar with fasciolopsis, diba? Secondary IH, freshwater vegetables. So, nagtitik siya ng lotus leaf powder as, parang dietary supplement. Okay? So, siguro, di ba, leadership pagkakagawa. So, naging heavily infected siya with fasciola hepatica. Hindi lang sa liver, pati yung mesocolon niya. Heavily infected. No, ito yung mesentery holding the large intestine. So nagfo-float doon yung mga adult worms. Okay, so paano diagnosis yan? Serological test, stool exam, pwede rin CT scan or ultrasound. Treatment, praziquantel pa rin yan. Pero you can also administer methionine or triclobenzol. Gigantica, parang giant version lang siya of hepatica. Okay, reservoir hosts include the following. Look at the comparison between gigantica and hepatica. Eggs nila, pagkamukha pa rin. Kamukha rin ng fasciolopsis. Ayan. Everything else similar with hepatica. Okay, next we have Clonorchis sinensis. Look at the distribution. This parasite is endemic in East Asia and Southeast Asia. So, yan. Reservoir hosts are fish-eating mammals. So, similar with heterophytes.
Palaging late kung mag-as na mga ganyang requirements.
Okay, this is the distribution for Clonorchis and Opistorchis. Okay? So, yung kulay red for Clonorchis only. Yung kulay green, combination of Clonorchis and Opistorchis, and then itong orange, Opistorchis lang. This was in 2020, the distribution in 2020. Okay, paano so how will you differentiate Clonorchis from Opistorchis? Magkamukha kasi yan eh. Okay, yung echinostoma, actually, kung mapapansin nyo, kamukha na rin. Kaya lang ang echinostoma, di ba, merong collar of spines and then yung kanyang lobular testes. Pag Clonorchis, highly branched ang kanyang testes and in tandem, one above the other. Pag Opistorchis kasi, clover leaf shape yung kanyang testes. Okay, what else? Ayan, yung egg, kamukha pa rin ng heterophytes, no? Meron siyang collar. This is the operculum. And then, this is the posterior knob. Ayan. This is the posterior knob. Kamukha niya yung sa heterophytes. Okay, life cycle similar with heterophytes. Palitan nyo lang yung IH. Diba kanina sa heterophytes, Pironella tsaka Ceritidea. This time, ayan. Paraphosarulus, Bulinus, Anusidma, Melanoides. Secondary IH, pareho lang sa heterophytes, cyprinoid fish din. And shrimps as well. Okay. Pathology. So, mostly asymptomatic. In mild cases, pwede magkaroon ng abdominal pain, diarrhea, alternating with constipation. In severe cases, ayan, pwede magkaroon ng nausea, diarrhea, abdominal pain. Ayan, hepatomegaly, malnutrition, and cancer. Pagka kasi constantly inflamed yung bile duct, nandun siya sa bile duct di ba? Magbabago yung chemistry nung bile duct. So, ayan, pwede siyang mag-cause ng cancer. Ito yung paper kung gusto nyo basahin yung cancer caused by Clonorchis. Sandali lang klasa. Sorry.
Bawa naman yung anak na.
Okay, sorry class. Saan tayo? Ayan, Opisthorchis na tayo, no? Opisthorchis are actually two medically important species. Felineus is endemic in Europe. Here in Southeast Asia, we have Viverini. Pero wala sa Philippines, doon lang sa ibang Southeast Asian countries. Di ba na-mention ko sa inyo kanina, kamukha niya yung sa Clonorchis. Kaya lang, ito, yung kanyang testes, pwede yung gamitin na pang diagnosis, no? Di ba kanina, in tandem, highly branched or dendritic. This time, clover leaf shape. Okay? And in tandem pa rin. And then yung egg, again, comparable with the egg of Clonorchis and Heterophyes. Life cycle similar with Clonorchis. Oh, by the way, guys, di ba kanina, sa Heterophyes, ano yung mga stages natin inside the primary IH? The infective stage is the egg. Hatching will occur inside the stale host. So yung egg will release the miracidium. Then the miracidium will become the sporocyst, the radia, and then cercaria. Pagdating sa Clonorchis and Opisthorchis, mas mahaba yung life cycle inside the primary IH. So the infective stage for the primary IH is still the egg. Hatching will occur inside the primary IH. So the egg will release the miracidium inside the primary IH. Then the miracidium will undergo fragmentation. It will become the first generation sporocyst, then second generation sporocyst, tapos radia 1 and then radia 2. Okay? Yung mga first generation, pwede rin tawaging mother sporocyst, mother radia. Second generation, pwedeng tawaging daughter sporocyst, daughter radia. So again, take note ha, for Clonorchis and Opisthorchis inside Bithynia, ang mga stages dyan, so the egg is the infective stage. This will become the miracidium. Miracidium will become the mother sporocyst. Then this one will become the daughter sporocyst. Tapos magiging radia 1, radia 2, and then cercaria. Yung cercaria is the infective stage for the secondary IH. So, ganun. Malinaw to guys ha? Kasi mahaba yung, well, majority ng question ko regarding the life cycle. So, okay. For Opisthorchis, the primary IH is Bithynia lechae. Yung Clonorchis kanina ang dami, diba? Lucinma, Melanoides, etc., etc. Okay. Viverini, this is the species present here in Southeast Asia. No? Morphology, katulad lang din ng Felineus. Distribution. And then, life cycle, again, same with Felineus. Kanina, Bithynia lechae. This time, different species of Bithynia. And then, everything else is similar with Felineus. Okay. Look at the size difference between Clonorchis and Opisthorchis viverini. Okay, so, although magkamukha sila, you can diagnose the species based on the appearance of the testes. Siyempre kasi may mga nagva-vary naman yung size ng Clonorchis Pero, ayan, usually, mas maliit yung Opisthorchis compared with Clonorchis. And that's it. Any questions?
Sa tingin mo, may nakabukas
Okay,
yung
so wala,
admission
kung wala
sa
ng
FEU,
questions,
no?
wala ako sa Friday guys ha. So,
Hindi,
pagkikita tayo
hindi,
sa
wala
ano na.
tayong pasok. Sa tingin
sa
mo ba
Tuesday
okay ang
na.
mga admission ng mga
Okay?
sinabi na
Marami
walang
lang kasing
pasok?
inaasikaso.
Parang
So,
hindi.
March,
Okay, admission niyo.
sige, go ahead, may
Sa
questions.
Hindi. Kaya hindi ko
Mr.
nakuha
Rivera.
ngayon yung ano.
Question po ba
Form
sa
137
research
po.
assignment po? Bale, kailangan po namin experimental po yung...
Not
Wala
necessarily.
pong government
Not
na
necessarily.
open.
Okay po.
Basta na ang requirement ko lang publish siya sa respectable
Hindi, kasi pag
journal.
pupunta ko ngayon sa UP, sa tingin
Sige,
mo
go ahead,
open sila,
question.
hindi, no?
Tapos yung sa
ba yung
comments and suggestions mo, bale, sariling comments po namin yan based dun sa
Oo.
paper po.
May
Nakita niyo yung
possibility.
kanina, di ba, yung
So, hindi na
infestation
pupunta
instead
doon,
na infection. So yun, pwede kayong mag-comment doon.
Tingnan mo.
Or kung gusto
May
niyo,
announcement
i-comment niyo
din
yung,
sa
let's
ano,
say, bali yung
if ever
type
na
ng graph
open
na
yung
ginamit.
ano,
No, histogram, dapat bar graph. Yun, mag-comment kayo doon. Or kung halimbawa, mali yung sample size, di ba? Ano ba yung ginamit nilang collection, paano ginamit nilang sampling design? Purposive ba or not purposive? Probability sampling ba or non-probability? So, syempre, kung non-probability yan, hindi pwedeng mag-inferential statistics dyan, di ba? Descriptive lang. Yung mga ganon, kung yung mga natutunan nyo sa
Ganyan
epidemiology,
naman kasi yung sinabi
i-apply
nila,
nyo ngayon
hindi naman
dito.
nila in-specify yung
Critically.
mga admission.
Okay, guys?
Noted po.
Okay. May questions pa? Sige, go ahead.
Basta po, ma'am. Yung folder
Sige,
na
sige.
lang po. Kami po ba gagawa po, ma'am? Or kayo
Ay!
po yung gagawa?
Hindi ko ba kayo nagawan? Ako nagagawa. Nagawan
Okay
ko
po.
kasi yung ibang blocks eh. Ako na maglalagay.
Okay po. Thank you po.
Thank you din. May questions, guys? Sige, kung wala na kayong questions,
Di ba? Hindi siya.
I'll see you
Tingin mo ba?
on Tuesday. Tapos kasi, ito ang coverage ng second long exam ninyo. So, bale, pagbalik ko ng, ano bang March yun? March 6 ba yun? March 6? March 6, we'll have our second long exam sa trematodes. Okay? Malinaw ba?
Yes po.
Okay, sige. Kung wala ng questions, you are dismissed. I'll see you on Tuesday.